Namaskar. This video is continuation to this video because that video was due to signal was broken. This continues, so I'm just continuing this with the same president or vice president. I was talking about Constitution of India, vice president of India, what was written in Constitution about that. That's what I'm going to speak again. Just to continue, it was article number 70. संसद ऐसे किसी आकस्मिकता में जो इस अध्याय में उपबंधित नहीं है राष्ट्रपति के कृत्यों के निर्वहन के लिए ऐसा उपबंध कर सकेगी जैसा वो ठीक समझेगी। क्योंकि इससे पहले शपथ वो ले चुके हैं और शपथ में वो कहा था प्रत्येक उपराष्ट्रपति अपना पद ग्रहण करने से पहले राष्ट्रपति अथवा उसके द्वारा इस निम्न नियुक्ति किसी व्यक्ति के समक्ष निम्नलिखित रूप में शपथ लेगा या प्रतिज्ञान करेगा और उस पर अपने हस्ताक्षर करेगा। मैं अमुक स्थान सत्य निष्ठा से प्रतिज्ञान करता हूँ कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा तथा जिस पद को मैं ग्रहण कर रहा हूँ करने वाला हूँ उसके कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक निर्वहन करूंगा। और इसके बाद 17 आर्टिकल है। संसद ऐसे किसी आकस्मिकता में जो इस अध्याय में उपबंधित नहीं है राष्ट्रपति के कृत्यों के निर्वहन के लिए ऐसा उपबंध कर सकेगी जो अगर ठीक समझेगी। 71 राष्ट्रपति या उपराष्ट्रपति के निर्वाचन में उत्पन्न या संसद सभी शंकाओं और विवादों की जांच और विनिश्चय उच्चतम न्यायालय द्वारा किया जाएगा या उसका निश्चय अंतिम होगा। यदि उच्चतम न्यायालय द्वारा किसी व्यक्ति के राष्ट्रपति या उपराष्ट्रपति के रूप में निर्वाचन को सुनने घोषित कर दिया जाता है तो उसके द्वारा यथास्थिति राष्ट्रपति या उपराष्ट्रपति के पद को शक्तियों के प्रयोग और कर्तव्यों के पालन में उच्चतम न्यायालय के निश्चय की तारीख को या उससे पहले किसी कार्य या उसकी घोषणा के कारण अभी विद्यमान नहीं होंगे। इस संविधान के उपबंधों के अधीन रहते हुए राष्ट्रपति या उपराष्ट्रपति के निर्वाचन से संबंधित या संसक्त किसी व्यक्ति के का विनिमय संसद विधि द्वारा कर सकेगी। राष्ट्रपति या उपराष्ट्रपति के रूप में किसी व्यक्ति के निर्वाचन को उसे निर्वाचित करने वाले निर्वाचन करने सदस्यों में किसी भी कारण से विद्यमान किसी व्यक्ति रिक्ति के आधार पर प्रश्नगत नहीं किया जाएगा। 72 राष्ट्रपति को किसी अपराध के लिए सिद्ध दोष ठहराए गए किसी व्यक्ति के दंड को उसका प्रतिलंबन विराम या परिहार करने की अथवा दंडादेश की निलंबन परिहार का लघुकरण की उन सभी मामलों में जिनमें दंड या दंडादेश सत्ता न्यायालय ने दिया है सेना न्यायालय ने दिया है उन सभी मामलों में जिन्हें दंड या दंडादेश ऐसे विषय संबंधी किसी विधि के विरुद्ध अपराध के लिए दिया गया है जिस विषय पर तक संघ का कार्यपालिका शक्ति का विस्तार है। इसे दोबारा देख लीजिए। 72वां राष्ट्रपति को किसी अपराध के लिए सिद्ध दोष ठहराए गए किसी व्यक्ति के दंड को क्षमा उसका प्रविलंबन राम या परिहार करने का अथवा दंडादेश के निलंबन परिहार या लघुकरण की उस सभी मामलों में जिनमें दंड या दंडादेश सेना न्यायालय ने दिया है उन सभी मामलों में जिन्हें दंड या दंडादेश ऐसे विषय संबंधी किसी विधि के विशिष्ट अपराध के लिए दिया गया है उस विषय पर तक संघ की कार्यपालिका शक्ति का विस्तार है। यह उन सभी मामलों में जिन्हें दंडादेश मृत्यु दंडादेश है शक्ति होगी। यह खंड 2 है 72 का। खंड के उपखंड में क्यों कोई बात संघ के सशस्त्र बलों के किसी ऑफिसर की सेना न्यायालय द्वारा पारित दंडादेश के निलंबन परिहार या लघुकरण की विधि द्वारा प्रदान शक्ति पर प्रभाव नहीं डालेंगे। खंड 1 के उपबंध यह कि कोई बात तत्व समय प्रवर्त किसी विधि के अधीन किसी राज्य के राज्यपाल द्वारा प्रयुक्त मृत्यु दंडादेश के निलंबन परिहार या लघुकरण की शक्ति पर प्रभाव नहीं डालेगी। तो 72 अभी हम दोबारा पढ़ते हैं इंग्लिश में क्योंकि पहले इंग्लिश में भी समझाना जरूरी है। 72 हमने इंग्लिश में पहले नहीं पढ़ा था, अब इंग्लिश में ही पढ़ लें ताकि क्लियर हो जाए। 72 72(1) President shall have power to grant pardons, reprise, respites, or remissions of punishments, or to suspend, remit, or commute sentence of any person convicted of any offence. Once again, President shall have power to grant pardons, reprise, respites, remissions of punishment, or to suspend, remit, or commute sentence of any person convicted of any offence. A. In all cases where punishment of sentence is by court-martial. B. In all cases where punishment or sentences for an offence against any law relating to matter to which the executive power of Union extends. In all cases where sentence death. Number two, nothing in this clause or clauses shall affect the powers conferred by law on any officer of armed forces of Union to suspend, remit, or commute a sentence passed by court-martial. Three, nothing in this clause shall affect power to suspend, remit, or commute a sentence of death exercisable by governor of the state under any law for time being in force. 73. Now, 73.1. Subject to provisions of the Constitution, the executive power of Union shall extend A. to matters with respect to which Parliament has power to make laws, and B. to exercise such rights, authority, and jurisdiction as are exercisable by the Government of India by virtue of any treatment or agreement, provided that executive power referred to in subclause A shall not save, as expressly provided in this Constitution or any law made by Parliament, extend in any state to matters with respect to which legislature of state has also power to make laws. B2. Until otherwise provided by Parliament, the state and any officer or authority of the state may, notwithstanding anything in this article, continue to exercise in matters with respect to which Parliament has power to make laws for that state. Such executive power or functions as state or office or authority thereof could exercise immediately before commencement of this Constitution. This word is 73. After the Council, Mr. Sullivan is 73 in Hindi, first of all, so that we can move in its proper way. Let us say 73 Hindi. 73.1. इस संविधान के उपबंधों के अधीन रहते हुए संघ की कार्यपालिका का शक्ति का विस्तार जिन विषयों के संबंध में संसद को विधि बनाने का शक्ति है उन तक और किसी संधि या करार के आधार पर भारत सरकार द्वारा प्रयुक्त अधिकारों प्राधिकार और आधिकारिकता के प्रयोग तक होगा, परंतु इस संविधान में या संसद द्वारा बनाई गई किसी विधि में अभिव्यक्त रूप से यथा उपबंधित के सिवाय उपखंड के निर्दिष्ट कार्यपालिका शक्ति का विस्तार किसी राज्य में ऐसे विषयों तक नहीं होगा जिनके संबंध में उस राज्य के विधानमंडल को भी विधि बनाने का शक्ति है। जब तक संसद अथवा अन्यथा उपबंध न करे तब तक इस अनुच्छेद में किसी बात के होते हुए भी कोई राज्य और राज्य का कोई अधिकारी या प्राधिकारी उन विषयों में जिनके संबंध में संसद को उस राज्य के लिए विधि बनाने की शक्ति है ऐसी कार्यपालिका शक्ति का या कृत्यों का प्रयोग कर सकेगा जिनका प्रयोग वह राज्य या उसका अधिकारी या प्राधिकारी इस संविधान के प्रारंभ में ठीक पहले से ही कर सकता था। अभी आइए मंत्री परिषद हम चलते हैं 74 पे। अब आपके वापस जाइए 74 पे। 74 क्लास थोड़ा टाइम है, थोड़ा पढ़ लेते हैं। 74 पे यहाँ से गवर्नमेंट स्टार्ट होता है। काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स 74. There shall be a council of ministers with the prime minister at head. There shall be a council of ministers with prime minister at head to aid and advise president, who shall in exercise of his functions act in accordance with such advices, provided that president may require council of ministers to reconsider such advice either generally or otherwise, and president shall act in accordance with the advice tendered after such reconsideration. 2. Question whether any, or if so what, advice was tendered by ministers to the president shall not be inquired into in any court. 75.1. Prime Minister shall be appointed by President. Simple. Prime Minister shall be appointed by President and other ministers shall be appointed by President on advice of Prime Minister. 1A. 75.1A. Total number of ministers, including Prime Minister in Council of Ministers, shall not exceed 15% of total number of members of House of People. 1B. In same article, a member of either House of Parliament belonging to any political party who is disqualified for being a member of that House under paragraph 2 of 10th schedule shall also be disqualified to be appointed as minister under clause 1 of duration of period commencing from date of his disqualification till date on which the term of his office as such member would expire, or where he contests any election to either House of Parliament before expiry of such period till date on which he is declared elected, whichever is earlier. 2. Ministers shall hold office during pleasure of President. 3. Council of Ministers shall be collectively responsible to House of People. 4. Before a minister enters office, upon his office, President shall administer to him oath of office and secrecy according to form set out for purpose in 3rd schedule. Fifth, minister who for any period of 6 consecutive months is not a member of either House of Parliament shall at expiration of that period cease to be a minister. Salaries and allowances of ministers shall be such as Parliament may from time to time by law determine, and until Parliament so determines shall be as specified in second schedule. That's verse 75 or 76. 75 to the next Attorney General. So let us speak 75 in Hindi, which is so that you will be clear. 75 in Hindi. 75 पहले हम 74 पढ़ लेते हैं. मंत्री परिषद 74 श्वेतरवन राष्ट्रपति की सहायता या सलाह देने के लिए, राष्ट्रपति को सहायता या सलाह देने के लिए ये चेक कर लो वो भी रहेगा नहीं, ऐसा ना फिर कर जाए, ये बड़ी मुश्किल है. राष्ट्रपति को सहायता और सलाह देने के लिए एक मंत्री परिषद होगी जिसका प्रधान प्रधानमंत्री होगा. राष्ट्रपति अपने कर्तव्यों का प्रयोग करने में ऐसी सलाह के अनुसार कार्य करेगा, परंतु राष्ट्रपति मंत्री परिषद से ऐसी सलाह पर साधारणतया या अन्यथा पुनर्विचार करने की अपेक्षा कर सकेगा और राष्ट्रपति ऐसे पुनर्विचार के पश्चात दी गई सलाह के अनुसार कार्य करेगा. इस प्रश्न की किसी न्यायालय में जांच नहीं की जाएगी कि क्या मंत्रियों ने राष्ट्रपति को कोई सलाह दी और यदि दी तो क्या दी. 75 प्रधानमंत्री की नियुक्ति राष्ट्रपति करेगा और अन्य मंत्रियों की नियुक्ति राष्ट्रपति प्रधानमंत्री की सलाह पर करेगा. मंत्री परिषद में प्रधानमंत्री सहित मंत्रियों की कुल संख्या लोकसभा के सदस्यों की कुल संख्या के 15% से अधिक नहीं होगी. किसी राजनीतिक दल का संसद के जिस सदन का कोई सदस्य जो 10वीं अनुसूची के पैरा 2 के अधीन उस सदन का सदस्य होने के लिए निर्धारित है, अपनी निर्धारिता की तारीख से प्रारंभ होने वाली और उस तारीख तक जिसको ऐसे सदस्य के रूप में उसकी पदावधि समाप्त होगी या जैसे उस ऐसी अवधि के समाप्ति के पूर्व संसद के किसी सदन के लिए निर्वाचन लड़ना है, उस तारीख तक जिसको वह निर्वाचित घोषित किया जाता है, इसमें से जो भी पूर्वोत्तर हो की अवधि के दौरान खंड के अधीन मंत्री के रूप में नियुक्त किए जाने का निर्णय है. मंत्री परिषद मंत्री राष्ट्रपति के प्रसाद पर्यंत पर अपना पद धारण करेंगे. मंत्री परिषद लोकसभा के प्रति सामूहिक रूप से उत्तरदायी होंगे. किसी मंत्री द्वारा अपना पद ग्रहण करने से पहले राष्ट्रपति तीसरी अनुसूची में इस प्रयोजन के लिए दिए गए प्रारूपों के अनुसार उसकी पद की और गोप्यता की शपथ दिलाएगा. कोई मंत्री जो निरंतर 6 मास की इसी अवधि तक संसद के किसी सदन का सदस्य नहीं है, उसकी अवधि की समाप्ति में मंत्री नहीं रहेगा. मंत्रियों के वेतन और भत्ते ऐसे होंगे जो संसद विधि द्वारा समय समय पर अवधारित करें और जब तक संसद इस प्रकार अवधारित नहीं करती है तब तक ऐसे होंगे जो दूसरी अनुसूची के निदर्शक हैं. इसके बाद भारत का महान्यायवादी वो बाद में करेंगे. अब ये बातें हैं इसी पर जो हमने अभी पढ़ा कि भारत के अंदर क्या क्या है. उस पर बदमाश कर दिया. So let's come back to discussion again because I want to cut short this video because of lack of time already have gone on. So I will just discuss. We have discussed about whatever provisions have been made in the Constitution of our country, Bharat Savidhaan. Whatever is there, this is what is so far. This is the President and Vice President and our fundamental rights, our direct rights, and all that we have discussed in details and we have understood. And I am sure that you are understood because I am just giving translation of that. Also, it's an authentic one from this document, and not my translation. Translation certified by President, and that's what is being. So you must understand what we are, where we stand in this. What is the state? You know it now. What is fundamental right? You know it now. And what is the name of this country? You know it now. And whatever that you know it now. Whatever government executive, you know it now. That is a president, is vice president, and we have discussed about their ministers and prime minister. The prime minister, there is a separate chapter in the prime minister, and the same chapter for executive, the president, vice president, and that prime minister, and prime minister not having separate institution, though it's institutionalized. But prime minister is the head of the council of ministers. Council of ministers collectively responsible to Lok Sabha and government. And government itself is called Council of Ministers. Council of Ministers reports to Lok Sabha. Now, when it advises to President of this country, and Prime Minister is located at head, and Prime Minister is not exclusively responsible. Council of Ministers called Central Government, is called Executive, and that is headed by, practically legally headed by President of this country. Council of Ministers is headed by President, while Council of Ministers is headed functionally by Prime Minister, who is also a minister, and there's total number of ministers in Lok Sabha, which can be not more than 15% of the strength of Lok Sabha members. Lok Sabha members 550, 15% you can say whatever the number is, around 80, not more than that can be constituted as members of Lok Sabha, and ministers of this country, and minister can stay up to 6 months until he is elected as either a member of parliament, as Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. That's the provision. This means there is no separate definition for duties of president or for duties of prime minister. Their duties are self-determined and self-dependent on these positions, which president has full right to decide what he has to do under advice of a council of ministers, and council of ministers full right to decide what they do under provision of this constitution or other laws which shall be or have been enacted or shall be enacted under constitution of this country. Is very important discussion, because there is no separate description, job description. The policy of that is they are fully bound to comply with all provisions to secure this constitution, protect this constitution, comply with this constitution. This is what is called. President has to be full protection of this constitution, and prime minister is supposed to protect this constitution in addition to comply this constitution. Same thing applies to ministers of this country, and same thing applies to all positions such as MPs of this country and all that. But unfortunately, what's happening now, what has happened in Lok Sabha in 2019 election, we all know very well that 233 MPs which have a criminal background have reached Lok Sabha as elected members, and that is what's unfortunate. Though we cannot do anything now, because according to law they have not been punished, but doesn't matter. The morality stands, and prime minister and all those leaders who are pushing parties, all members of 119 MPs of criminal record from BJP and many from other all parties. They're all in the same boat. They're all in naked in bathrooms. And as I say, unfortunately, in this country, in 2009, we all unlucky people, unfortunately, that our country is having 1 to 45% of member of parliament, the highest position, democratic position in this country, are working in Lok Sabha. And I really feel ashamed of that, and you must feel ashamed of that. All those people elected them must feel ashamed of that, and all those people who floated them in election must feel ashamed of that. Those leaders, all leaders of all parties, I'm not blaming anyone, because the highest number of people come from BJP, and therefore Modi and Ahmed Shah must feel ashamed of that. How could they get such MPs who are having criminal background? Why they did not avoid this? That's a question mark. Did they have no other people better than they? Did they have no other persons who could do better than they, who could not be criminal, who could be free of criminal record and educated? But these students are like black spot on this country. Our country is black spot, and I have no good face to show the world. You have no good face to show the world that we have clean image government, clean image Lok Sabha. So they have been elected by EVM, so that is different issue. But ultimately they are in government. I call them fake government or fake MPs, but whatever I call, I am not final person to decide that. I can just express my own opinion as an individual, and you have full right to express or counter my opinion. You have full right to say that I am full person. I'm just giving bad name to Modi or bad name to someone. It's not a question what I'm giving name to. I have my own right. I'm not doing against parliament. I'm not doing someone else. I'm just claiming that why criminals are there in parliament, and that's a big question mark for each and every citizen of this country. All political parties have to answer. All leaders have to answer, and we, top of all those leaders, we people of Bharat country have to answer. How could we elect such criminals without knowing them, background, without knowing what education they had, what background? Why we don't check all this? That is a big question mark. If we cannot check this, means we are just born for voting. No, we are not born for voting. At least I am not born voting. It's my duty to ensure that whoever I send to Lok Sabha must be good person, must be moralized person, must be honest person, clean image person, mind person, sound mind person, and must be clear of all criminal records. But that doesn't happen. If we can 45% in this election 2019 Lok Sabha, though, which has been done on base of EMU, and but our victory has been achieved by BJP and all those, this is all based on EMUs and not on factual ballot papers. So that is altogether a different issue, and that should be considered later on. But now what I'm saying, and I'm sorry to say that you people can never understand life. For the last 70 years you've been voting, but you don't understand what vote is. Vote is very significant. Authority you have, it's empowerment you have. It's a real power you have in the Constitution of India, which are given by that constitutional committee to you. But you understand this, but you could not understand this. You think just vote and that's all. Vote is not for one day. It's not for 1 minute. It's not for just establishing ballot paper. It's not just put the switch off, switching on, put switch on, okay, switch off EVM. It's not that. This vote means you are with that MP for 5 years, and that MP you elected to elect is with you for 5 years. This means that that person has to work for you as a representative of your constituency for 5 years. But you people are not lacking, you are lacking in this understanding. You have no stamina to ask a question. You are scared society. You are a negative society. You people cannot think what I am saying. It's your duty. It's your money you are wasting. It's your money you are paying to them. It's money, collective money, and they come from taxes, from personal fund of India, the funds of India, and this withdrawing these facilities. They take salaries, these allowances, and they take bungalows and cars and security and everything at you from your money, and you are allowing them, all these criminals and the bad people, bad image people, to rule you for 5 years, and you are not concerned at all, and they shall never be concerned because they have got power. You have to be concerned. You have to, you begging as if you are a beggar. Are you beggar to get a job and employment, and beggar to get your loans waived, and loans waived of riches? 505 lakh crore loans have been waived, but for farmers there is no house, there is no room in their hearts, there are no room in minds. But poor are poor, rich are rich. 1% people of this country are having 70% wealth, 99% people have only 30% wealth. What do you think about that? It's really a shame on all of us. I don't think it's even 30%, it's just 1% people, 99% people have it's very little wealth. Means people have, there are people, 20 crores people, we cannot have good food, good food every day, maybe some one time, some no time, they just take water, and water is not available for drinking, water is the potable one. So what you do, they have no plans and they're just living on the money, they're enjoying on money, and they're just doing hard work, and they're just sleeping without food, and we have many other problems we are encountering this country, but who bothers? Politicians will never bother. Politician can be no friend of you. Just remember, no politician from any party, whatever party you may call it, don't call me Congress or BJP, call me a citizen of this country, and I am very serious person. I understand what I am talking about. I am saying that this is my country, your country. Politician is not mine. Politician is a businessman. It's a commercialized politics now. It's no more service politics. It's no more religious politics. It's a politics which fetches money, invests money, and gets more money. If a person spends 25 to 50 crores on one Lok Sabha constituency, you can remember, limit is 70 lakhs, but 1% is 70 crores or 50 crores. Where shall it do that? From there, where money comes from there, it comes from industry, it comes from those who donate. And that's the reason they get that. Nobody has 50 crore. If one has 50 crore, then why should they come for robbery? They should do free service work. But stuff happening, unfortunately, in this country. People don't understand. People allow these criminals to thrive. We are allowing this thrive to promote. We are promoting themselves. We are not promoting our people. We are not promoting our land. We are not promoting air pollution. Free. We are not promoting something else. We are not promoting a society. We are not promoting our education. We are not promoting our health. But we are promoting these stupid our politicians, which is our fault, people's fault. We don't even check names of those who are in elections contesting, and we don't care for who they are. We don't talk to them. We don't raise a question. We don't even. We are scared as if they are political. Just let them go to hell. Raise questions. Have you studied? You are educated class of people. Even you are 12th standard. You are educated one. You raise questions. You are graduated 12th. You graduated BA. MA or your other education system you have got in, you have raised. If you cannot open your mouth, open your mind, your heart, who shall do it in your place? Other country people shall come help you. You can check what's happening in that country. Everywhere people are not sleeping like we are. People in Algeria are not sleeping. People in Sudan are not sleeping. People in Venezuela are not sleeping. People in many other countries. See what happens in Philippines, they are not sleeping. What happens in Hong Kong, they are not sleeping. What happens in many other countries, not sleeping. Only society in whole world is our society, Bharat society, Indus society, that sleeps, that never wakes, and it awakes, sleeps again. They take drink, they take lassi, they take juice and sleep. They take cold water and sleep. This is what's happening in our society. We are not worried about our freedom, because those who fought for freedom, they have no more. They have gone on against 99 people have left this world. Only people are the kids who are very small or not even available in this world. In 1947, now people have seen 18 born, 70s born, all that. They don't really care about Bharat. They don't even know what Bharat is, a constitution, what laws are, what's happening, what's the duties or duty. Nobody cares for that. Unfortunately, many people, many youth, young and boys and girls, and they are just interested in their livings, their life, their boys, friends, girls, friends, their marriage, body, their salaries, their packages. They are not interested for country. They are not for anything. They are not interested about how to control air pollution. They are not about how to control poverty. They don't know how to contain your food, how to contain road, how to contain safety. Nobody is interested in anything. Just how to contain society, how to contain unrest. Nobody is serious about that. Everybody is serious about how to make money, how to get good salary, how to get good MBA, how to get good engineering, how to get good medical degree. All they are interested in, nothing else. They don't want to say anything else. They are not very serious. They are very small work brings stress on their heads, and that's what's happening. Really, no potential. They are not physically sound. They are not mentally sound. They are just living for sake of living. They are just enjoying life, and enjoying life is their freedom and nothing else. This means this country is again slowly, gradually going to slavery to some other country, but we shall not allow that, because still we are alive. And we understand what slavery is, we understand what freedom is, and we understand what nation is, we understand citizenship, we understand this pride in this world. We are proud of our Bharat, but at this I am proud, you must be proud, I'm sure. I don't care about BJP, so RSS, the bloody Congress and all those, I don't care about them. I'm not responsible for them, and they are not responsible to me. I'm slave this country, they are my slaves, they are my servants. There are service providers, Congress was service provider, BJP is service provider, RSS was service provider, because RSS is linked to BJP, RSS cannot bring the society, social base organization. No, this is indirectly super political organization. It is that organism will never contribute to anything in a degree of responsibility and accountability obligation to any freedom struggle. This is that society, and we should discard this society, and we will discard RSS, and we will discard BJP as well, because BJP people are just from RSS, migrated from there, they are having domicile in RSS, and that's what's the problem. RSS people are not very intelligent, while the BJP people are very well educated. You can see budget this time presented by finance minister is a rubbish one. She doesn't understand anything to the economy, and she presented budget of saying $5 trillion dollars. By calculation, it's $5 trillion, just very simple. Chidambaram explained in Rajasthan, that's very right. I appreciate that. But it says it was every 5-6 years it doubles. So she did nothing. She didn't explain anything. There is no parity in budget. There is no clarification in budget. There is no symmetry in budget. No technical logic is presented. No reason is presented. GDP is misunderstood, and many other economical parameters are misunderstood. Well, I'm not criticizing, but the question doesn't know every year budget comes in, budget goes, but doesn't matter. People don't know how much money was spent on money allotted, but why it was suppose they you allot X money and next time again you allot X money, and nobody raises questions. What happened to past money? Nobody raises questions. This survey has come. Survey comes to public. No, it doesn't come to public. Survey comes to only members, and they don't understand anything because they are all illiterate people, except 2-3%. All are illiterate people. Like criminals cannot understand all this, and those who don't take it, they just sit to personal hearing and thumping, and like that means there is no responsibility to any member. They don't understand the member of parliament. They are responsible to the country. They are responsible to the people, but they just are responsible to the prime minister or opposition leader, nothing else, which is illegal. A member of parliament can never be responsible to the prime minister, and a member of parliament can never be responsible to the opposition leader. They are responsible to the public, or they are representing the public. But these people cannot understand because they are slaves, they are spoon like us, we are spoon. We are our own country is spoon. We don't want to do something, we want to gain something. We just speak, we are Mr. Gurus, and we want to advance, we are superpower and all that. We are talking all time nonsense, we are not serious, we have no initiative, nothing else for the serious in this country. We are sleeping society. That's what I'm saying. We have to get up and do something. We have to stress also, exercise our mind and everything, which we cannot do, we will not do. Unfortunately, we are more interested in Hindu and Muslim and Sikh and Isai. We are more interested in non-secular activities. We are more interested in gaining money only by whatever hook or crook. We are more interested in dividing society. We are more interested in flooding roads with cars and all that. We are interested in all those things. We are not interested in development of this country because for last 10 years there is no major development. The development doesn't mean every person should be developed. Every state should be developed. But from when it comes, you are not organized by word. Your education is not organized. Your industry is not organized. You are not exporting something. You are not a manufacturing society. Your society will just provide services, IT or MBA. You are not doing anything now. If suppose there is no industry, there is no factory, nothing happened, no production, what MBA schedule? Just tell me. IBM is manager. What management is you? If there's no industry, whom shall he manage? Nothing. We are supposed to. Our industry has car industries are down. There's so many industries have closed down. There's no demonetization. What shall MBA do? What shall they all of us do? Just think of. What shall scientists do if there's no development? What shall you do if there's no money? What shall engineers do if there's no money? Engineers cannot do without money because the projects involve money. So you have to consider manufacturing economy means root of every development and root of every problem. If you cannot develop economy, you cannot develop something. It's very serious question I'm raising. If you cannot understand this, I can't help you. If you can understand, it's very nice. बहुत खुश होते हैं सोच के कि हम भारत को विश्व गुरु बनाएंगे. बहुत कुछ सोचते हैं कि हम भारत को 5 टन की इकोनॉमी बनाएंगे. वो ये नहीं बताते कि 5 टन तो ऑटोमेटिकली 11% के हिसाब से 6 साल में 5 साल में हो ही जाता है. पब्लिक को बेवकूफ बनाना आता है कि हम ये करेंगे, हम वो करेंगे, सब जुमलेबाजी, पता कुछ नहीं, प्लान कुछ नहीं, करना क्या है देश के अंदर आने वाले समय में. ना प्राइम मिनिस्टर को पता है, ना मिनिस्टर को पता है, ना किसी को पता है, ना कोई जानता है, ना कोई पूछता है. खाली कुछ लोग पार्लियामेंट में बोलते हैं, बाकी को कुछ पता नहीं. पब्लिक को बस बताया जाता है कि आप जाइए, अपने MP को बताया जाता है अपने जाइए गांव में जाइए, अपने शहर में जाइए, 150 किलोमीटर चलिए, लोगों को पता है कि ये ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी है। अरे आप लोगों को बता भी देंगे तो उससे क्या होगा, लोगों को 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी से लेना देना नहीं है। लोगों को जॉब चाहिए, लोगों को धंधा चाहिए, लोगों को काम चाहिए, लोगों को अच्छी जगह चाहिए, अच्छा अस्पताल चाहिए, अच्छी हेल्थ सेंटर चाहिए, अच्छी दुकानें चाहिए, अच्छी गलियां चाहिए, अच्छी फैसिलिटी चाहिए। वो उसकी आप बात कीजिए, किसान मर रहा है वो कैसे बचे, उसकी खेती कैसे चले, पानी कैसे मिले, कैसे कैनाल बने, नदी से पानी कैसे बचाया जाए, बाढ़ में पानी ना बह जाए तो कैसे स्टोर किया जाए, कैसे प्रिजर्व किया जाए, उसको ये पता होना चाहिए। वो आप नहीं कर रहे, आप बेकार की बात कर रहे हैं। 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी, अरे 5 ट्रिलियन होगी तो आपके दोस्तों के लिए होगी, 5 ट्रिलियन होगी तो अंबानी अडानी के लिए होगी, पब्लिक के लिए नहीं होगी। वक्त तो क्या मिलेगा उसमें, भूखा भूखा मरेगा, खाना नहीं मिलेगा, जो भिखारी है भीख ही मांगेगा। तो आप तो भिखारी को भी उद्योग मानते हैं, इसलिए ये कहना बेकार है। इन बातों को छोड़िए, भारतीय जनता को सोच जाए कि किन लोगों के साथ आप देश चला रहे हैं, लोगों के साथ देश चला रहे हैं जो गुंडे बदमाश है, तो जो इतने सारे 45% लोग पहुंच गए वो देश चलाएंगे आपको। आप सोचिए, आप किन लोगों से राज कराना चाहते हैं, आप किस लोगों से अपनी सेवा कराना चाहते हैं, कानून बनाना चाहते हैं। उन लोगों से जो कानून तोड़ के आए हैं, उन लोगों से जो क्रिमिनल कैटेगरी के हैं, उन लोगों से देशभक्ति को जानते नहीं, उन लोगों से कुछ समझते हैं, पर गंवार लोग हैं, उनसे आप देश चलाना चाहते हैं तो आपकी बेवकूफ़ी है, मेरी नहीं। ये आप लोग गलत समझते हैं। मुझे ना बीजेपी से लेना है, ना कांग्रेस से कुछ लेना। आपको भी ऐसा होना चाहिए, ना आपको बीजेपी को गुलाम होना चाहिए, ना कांग्रेस का, आरएसएस का, कोई इससे लेना देना नहीं है। ये लोग तो पैसे कमाने की दुकानें हैं, चाहे बीजेपी हो, आरएसएस हो, चाहे या कांग्रेस हो। सबसे ज्यादा पैसा बीजेपी ने कमाया, देखते इलेक्शन में कितना उड़ाया, 70 लाख के लिमिट, और देखते 50-50 करोड़ लोग खर्च किया, एमपी बन रहे हैं। तो ऐसी चीज का क्या फायदा है? हमको बेवकूफ नहीं बनना है, हमको बहुत सोच समझ के आगे बनना है। अगर हम ये नहीं कर सकते, हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते। हमें दुख इस बात का है कि हम कहाँ बैठे हैं, क्या करें, मैं नहीं समझता। अगर आप इस बात को समझते हैं तो अच्छी बात है, आप नहीं समझते तो आपकी मर्जी है। लेकिन मैं आपको बता दूं, इससे कुछ फायदा नहीं होगा, आपको बहुत समझना होगा। इससे ज्यादा मैं कुछ नहीं कहूंगा। अगर आप नहीं समझते तो कोई फायदा नहीं है, समझ जाएंगे तो अच्छे रहेंगे। इतना ही मैं आपसे कहूंगा, ज्यादा लंबा वीडियो मैं नहीं करूंगा, क्योंकि मैं पहले ऑलरेडी दे चुका हूं। उसके बाद कल बात करेंगे, आगे बताएंगे कि क्या होता है, क्योंकि ज्यादा बोलना भी ठीक नहीं होता है। मेरी बात को समझिए, देश को समझिए, जागिए, सोइए मत, जगना बहुत जरूरी है। आगे आने वाला समय अच्छा नहीं है, सब कुछ खराब हो रहा है, इकोनॉमी खराब हो रही है, हवा खराब हो रही है, डेवलपमेंट खराब हो रही है, सब कुछ खराब हो रहा है। जॉब्स नहीं है, नौकरी नहीं है, खाना पीना नहीं है, लोग भूखे मर रहे हैं बहुत सारी। ये सब चीज देखिए, हमें बुलेट ट्रेन नहीं चाहिए, हमें नहीं चाहिए 5 ट्रिलियन की ट्रेन। 5 ट्रिलियन की भी हो सकती है, 10 ट्रिलियन की जो होगी होगी। आप क्या करेंगे? आपका सामान तो कोई बाहर खरीद नहीं रहा, आप बाहर से लाते हैं, पैसे देते हैं, बाहर बेचते हैं। आपका कौन आ रहा है, कौन आ रहा है यहाँ पर आपसे, भैया हमें काम दे दो। हमें आपके लोगों को काम नहीं है, आप आज एक्सपोर्ट नहीं है, दुनिया में काम नहीं है, गल्फ से लोग वापस सारे, सारी जगह से वापस सारे, अमेरिका चाइना की लाइट चल रही है इकोनॉमी की, अब ईरान से भी खतरा है। आप कहाँ स्टैंड करते हैं? आपको पूछता कौन है? इसलिए बातों को खोजिए, आप जीते हारे क्या करें, झूठ से आए, ईम से, हमें इस बात से कोई मतलब नहीं। सफल देश का है, आप जनता को बेवकूफ बनाना छोड़ दीजिए। जनता समझदार हो जाएगी तो आपको एक सेकंड में बैठने नहीं देगी। जनता आज सो जाती है, बहुत दुख की बात है कि हमारा युवा सो जाता है। चलो बुजुर्ग को सोने दो, उनका तो निकल गया, लेकिन युवा क्यों सो जाता है? आपके सुंदर कपड़े पहनने से, आपके गर्लफ्रेंड बॉयफ्रेंड चलने से, आपके टेलीफोन पे बात करने से, मोबाइल पे बात करने से देश नहीं चल जाएगा। देश चलेगा आपकी मेहनत से। आप करेंगे, आप करना नहीं चाहते, बहुत चीजें होती हैं आप देखना नहीं चाहते। समझिए, जब तक आप समझेंगे नहीं, कुछ नहीं करना, ये बहुत जरूरी है समझना। जब तक आप ये बातें समझ सकते, ऐसे ही चलेगा। अब मैं बंद करता हूँ, बाद में बातें करेंगे क्योंकि देर बहुत हो गई है। आप सबका धन्यवाद, नमस्कार, जय भारत। आप सबका धन्यवाद, जय भारत। क्या बात है, बंद नहीं होगी क्या? चक्कर में प्रॉब्लम है क्या?